Hi dear boys, hope everything is fine. Last time we talked about root words, and today we will continue to talk about prefixes and suffixes. Let's get started. So, our objective is to learn about prefixes and suffixes. And by the end of this lesson, you need to be able to identify the most common prefixes and suffixes, add them to some root words, and recognize the new meaning of these words. What are prefixes and suffixes? A prefix is a group of letters added to the beginning of the word to change its meaning, like un in uncertain. While a suffix is a group of letters added to the end of the word to change its meaning, like full in helpful. And as we mentioned in our last lesson, a word is just like the puzzle. It can be all the pieces together as uncomfortable, or it can be two pieces together, a prefix and a root, like uncertain, or a root and a suffix like helpful. Let's get introduced to the most common prefixes. The prefix un means not or the opposite meaning. So when you add it to the word happy, it becomes the opposite, unhappy, not happy, that is sad. The same for kind. The opposite is unkind, not kind. Also, when you uncover something, you are doing the opposite of covering it. You are removing the thing that is covering it. Miss. Miss means something wrong, like when you get something wrong, as in misunderstand, or when you do something wrong, like in misbehave. Re means again. So when you rewrite your sentences, you are writing them again. When you are thirsty, you may refill your glass with water. This means not or the opposite meaning. So the opposite of appear is disappear. When something disappears, you don't see it anymore. And when you don't like something, then you dislike it. A person who tells lies, is not honest or straightforward, is a dishonest person, the opposite of honest. Now we move to the prefix pre, which means before. So prehistoric, before history was written or recorded. For example, the dinosaur is a prehistoric animal. Also, when you bake a cake, you preheat your oven. You heat it before. Same for preschool. You go for a preschool and then you go to school. Now Superman will tell you again about prefixes. So watch.
Welcome to Kids Academy.
Hello, I am Chris the Word Whiz. Let's take a look at prefixes today. Prefixes are groups of letters in front of a word. These change the meaning. We will look at 4 prefixes: re, un, by, and dis. Here's one: review. When we add re to a word, it means again. Okay, So view means to look at something. If we add re, we would have look at something again. We review words before a spelling test. Rebuild. Let's look here. So we already know that re means again. What does rebuild mean? Yes, build again. Very nice. Un is another prefix. It means not. Like in unhappy. That means not happy. Here's another one. Untie. A shoe that is untied would be not tied. Let's look at buy now. I know that buy means two. Do you think of bicycle? If we look at bicycle, it means there are two cycles or circles. Bicycles have two circles for wheels. Did you ever hear of bicolor? We know what color means. If we have bi or two in front of it, it would mean two colors. The last one we will inspect today is dis. When dis is in front of a word, it can mean not. So, if we say he is dishonest, we are saying he is not honest. Take a look at this. Dislike. What does that mean? Yes, it means to not like something. Nice work! You know 4 prefixes. I bet you will see many of these words now when you are reading. Bye for now!
Subscribe to our channel to stay updated on new videos. Find links to our apps in the comments below.
And now, let's get to know the most common suffixes. The suffix ing. When ing is added to the end of verbs, like in kicking, I am kicking the ball, then it shows that something is happening in the present. I am eating my sandwich, I am drinking my juice. However, when the suffix ing happens at the end of words like interesting, dancing, look at the interesting dancing robot, then it describes a person or something. The suffix ed. When it comes at the end of verbs like in played, I played football with my friends yesterday, then it shows that something has already happened. Actions that happened in the past. However, when it comes in words like delighted, I was delighted to hear the news, then it helps describe how someone feels. How did you feel when you hear the news? I felt delighted. The suffix s. When s comes at the end of nouns, like in boys' projects, the boys are working on their projects, then it refers to plural forms. However, when it comes with verbs with third person pronouns like he, she, it, as in the sentence, he wakes up every day at 8 a.m., then it helps say that something is done habitually. The suffix er. Er can be used with adjectives, as we knew before, to compare two things. The ostrich is faster than the horse. However, it can be also used to form the doer of an action, like in singer, teacher. This singer is my favorite. But the doer of action is not always formed by adding er. Sometimes we need to use the suffix or, as in actor. I am a fan of this actor. Or conductor. est as a suffix comes with adjectives to say that something or someone has the most of something, that is, to compare 3 or more people or things. Like in this sentence, the cheetah is the fastest animal. The suffix ly. We studied this before also. Coming with adjectives to say how something is done. How did you do your homework? I did my homework quickly. How do you come to school? I come to school happily. The prefix, which reads like able, but when it comes as a suffix, then it is read as able, achievable, lovable, readable. So this task is achievable. Then able or able in achievable means you are able to do something. The article is readable, then it can be read. This task is achievable, then it can be achieved. The last suffix, full. Full means full of. When you are careful, then you are full of care. When something is beautiful, then it is full of beauty. This painting is beautiful. Also, Superman will tell us again about suffixes. So let's see.
Welcome to Kids Academy.
Hello, I am Chris the Word Whiz. We will look at the end of words today. Are you ready to look carefully? Let's go! Suffixes are letters at the end of a word. These change the meaning. We will look at 4 suffixes: full, less, ly, and a bull. Here's one: truthful. When we add full to a word, it means full of, just like it sounds. So, truthful would be full of truth. If you are a truthful person, you are full of the truth, or you tell the truth often. How about painful? What do you think that would mean? Yes, full of pain. Ouch! Another suffix is less. This means without. So if we had use and added less, it would mean without a use. A hammer is useless for this project. It is without use for this. Let's look at fearless. Less means without. So this would mean without fear. She was fearless when she swam in the ocean, so she wasn't afraid. We looked at full and less. Our third suffix is ly. This one is a little trickier, but I know you can handle it. Ly answers the question, how? Sometimes it answers the question, how often? You can try this one. She acts friendly to everyone. What question does it answer? How does she act? You got it! She is friendly. Let's look at another word with ly. The class has a weekly music lesson. This answers the question, how often? A weekly lesson would happen once a week. We have one more suffix for today. Able. It means you can do something. It looks like the word able, but as a suffix, we say able. Like in the word washable. A washable sweater would be a sweater that can be washed. What about lovable? The dog is lovable. What would it mean? Yes, you can love the dog. Nice work! You know 4 suffixes. I bet you will see many of these words now when you are reading. Bye for now.
Subscribe to our channel to stay updated on new videos. Find links to our apps in the comments below.
And now it's time for our book. So please open your student book, page 127. Read B. Add a prefix, a suffix, or both to the root word shown in brackets to make these sentences correct. I want you please to pause the video, take 5 minutes to do the exercise, and then we'll check it together. Let's see what you did. Number 1. The women and girls are carrying water from the well. You have are and you have the verb, and you need to show that this action is taking place in the present. So you add ing, the suffix ing, carrying. Number 2. The class sang the new song, how? Joyfully. So you need to add full to make it full of joy, and then how, the manner that it was done, joyfully. Their parents enjoyed the concert. Enjoyed the concert. So you need the prefix n and the suffix ed. What an ungrateful child. Full and make it opposite, ungrateful. He didn't thank the helpful man. You add the suffix full. And now you move to your workbook, page 64, exercise A. Part 1. Match the correct prefix to make a word that corresponds with the definition. So you need to fill the blanks with the prefixes so that each word matches the definition next to it. The same for part 2, but in part 2 you need to put the suffixes. Pause the video for 5 minutes, do the exercise, and then we'll check the answers together. You did them right? I hope so. Let's see. So to answer is to respond. We use the prefix re. Behave badly. Misbehave. Not known. Unknown. Not agree. Disagree. We move to the words with suffixes. A person who helps is a helper. A person who is kind and pleasant, friendly. A person who conducts, conductor. Someone you depend on, dependable. Now let's check B. Now move to page 65, exercise B. Complete the sentences by filling the gaps with the word that comes from the root word in brackets. And the words are comfort, respect, like, and move. Read the sentences carefully and try to put the proper prefixes and suffixes. Take 5 minutes, pause the video, and let's see later how you answered. How about B? Did you do it right? Let's see. 1. I got rid of the old chairs because they were uncomfortable. 2. My mother told my brother that he was being rude and disrespectful. 3. I was surprised to hear they are twins because they are very unlike each other. 4. Before she went to sleep, she removed her slippers. So that was our lesson for today. I hope you enjoyed it and that you can now identify the most common prefixes and suffixes, add them correctly to some roots, and tell the meaning of the word after a suffix, a prefix, or both are added to it. So if you feel confident, please go to your Edmodo account and take the online prefixes and suffixes exit sheet. If not, please watch the video again until you feel confident enough and then take the online exit sheet. Best of luck, see you soon, take care.